Alright, welcome to another solo Living Rice video. So something interesting was just discovered recently about Battlefield of Time, where stats don't match what you have, I think, from artifacts and etc., which makes a lot of sense when you just look at it. Because the first thing you notice when you get into a Battlefield of Time is that your HP is a lot lower than what your normal HP is. So it's actually interesting. So let's go over that. So let's just have a dock open. So currently that's the power. I don't think it matters, but the thing that matters the most, in my opinion, so this is my Sung Jinwoo's stats. So let's just do that. Stats. So my HP is 18,890. My attack is 21,122, and my defense is 3,736. And then for, let's just do the important stats in here. So CR is 50%, CD is 188%, and precision is 76%. Anything else? Defense pen is 3%. So let's just do defense pen. 8%. And then the rest don't matter because they don't have it in there. And then dark damage, I don't know if that really matters, but let's just do 6.3. Okay, so that's my current stats. So let's just enter and see what it is. Alright, so we're now back in the game and our stat is definitely lower, so let's just jot that down. So our Battlefield of Time stats. Our HP is 10,712. Our MP is 1,022. We can look at that when we go to a gate later. So let's just do some basic attack and see how much damage we'll do. I'm expecting them to be really low. So there you go, 500, and then crit is about 1,000, 2,000 crit, 600 normal, 1,000 crit. Probably because of precision. 300 normal, 1,000 crit. Getting smacked here, that's okay. Oh, nice, thanks for canceling it. So this is a core attack, so it should be a lot more. About 13,000, 10,000 crit. Yeah, 500, and then to 800 when it's not critting. It's very low. I saw 400 right there. 2,000. Yeah, it's low. So let's go to a gate and see what it looks like there. Okay, so now we're in the gate, and first thing you can notice is that the gate stats is looking like what my actual stats are. So look at that, gate stats. So my HP in gate stats is 18,890, which matches my normal HP, and then my MP is about 1,658. So big difference in stats so far. Let's just see how much basic. So from what I remember, we did about 400 basic normal, and then about 1,000 to 2,000 crit. So there you go, big difference already. We're doing 2,000 normal and about 7,000 crit. 6,000 crit over there. They're all in 1,000, a lot more. 6,500 over there. 6,000, yeah. So this is what you should be normal damage, but in BOT is completely different. So let's do a core attack. Core attack in the other one was about 10,000 to 2,000 damage. 10,000 to 20,000 damage. So in this one is about 69 to probably 100k. So yeah, big difference. So let's go back to Battlefield of Time. All right, so back in Battlefield of Time, let's remove all of our. Actually, no, before we remove all our gears, there's one thing I want to check, because we're gonna remove a plum sword, because plum sword gives us 3,000 HP. We don't really care about the attack right now, so we're just gonna remove a plum sword. That lowers our stat to 14,000 HP. So let's just enter and see. And from what you can tell here, our HP is still 10,712. And when we note down earlier, our HP is also 10,712. So we're not getting any attack when we're not getting any HP from our weapon. Which means if we do let's do some attacking. We should be doing in the 400s to low thousands. That's the same damage. That's the same amount of damage as before. 300. Critting from low hundreds, and then sometimes high 2000 because our expert is adding up. But yeah, so it looks like you don't get stats from weapons, so we can confirm that weapons don't get stats. So let's start removing one thing at a time. All right, we're back here. Sorry for all the cuts. I'm a little sick, so I'm just editing all of those out. So we figured out that stat weapons don't transfer in. So you can keep your weapons at level 1. That don't really matter. Your ascension definitely matters because you can tell. You can tell when you use it, especially when you use Westwind. If you crit, it resets. So all the ascension matters. So we can confirm that for the weapon. Ascension matters, but stats don't. But I'm guessing here's one thing we can do. So is my plum is A5. We're not getting any bonus stats. My Westwind is A10. We should be getting 10%. So let's equip that. And I don't know. Let's put the dagger back in and let's do the Westwind. If that works, if that ascension, that should give us 10% extra stats. So let's go look at that. All right, so we're back in the game, and from what you can tell right away, our HP went up. So now our BOT stats with one A10 SR weapon, our HP is now 11,783. MP is the same, but A10 also increases your attack by 10%. So let's just do some basic attack testing again. It looks like it's a lot more than before. The normal damage now is around 700. And then critting for a little, kind of weird. It's 10% attack when our attack is probably low. I can't really tell the difference, so I don't think. But there's definitely an increased attack for sure that's there. If our HP went up, our attack definitely went up by 10%. I can't really tell because the number is so low, but maybe at the end testing we'll try again with our precision at 99%. So we can confirm in that testing that A10 increases your stats. So with that, let's put on a second A10 weapon. Alright, and we're back here again, and our HP went up again, which is natural. So our HP for this one is now, so BOT stats with 2 A10 SR weapon. Our HP is 12,854. Just keep in mind, SR A10 gives 10%. SSR A10 gives 15%. So you get 10% extra stats if you're using two A10 SSR weapons. So let's just do some damage. Let's just switch to Westwind just to see what we can see here. So about those kind of damage, about the same. It's a 20% increase, but if our stats is fairly low, it's gonna be hard to notice that. But I think the number is a little higher than normal, but it's kind of hard to tell, especially with precision being lower. We're gonna be testing precisions soon too. We're gonna do our artifacts and then we're gonna do precisions next. So yeah, we can confirm that 2 A10 weapon might makes a bigger difference, especially if you need those extra stats. So yeah, so up to the next testing. All right, so we're back here, and since weapons, we can confirm what stats for the weapon works. These don't matter, but these do. So ascension matters, stats don't. So you can have a weapon that's level 1. So this weapon is gonna perform the same as if this was level 100. We can confirm that. So now let's go over this. Let's go over the artifact sets. Let's remove them all. Let's just remove them all because they don't give any stats out anyway from passive, other than the attack from expert. But we can't really tell that. This is just crit stuff. So if we so that's no matter, I think. So let's just do this. Oh, I did autocomplete instead of remove all. Oops. So let's just manually remove all. Mistake there. It's gonna be an expensive test, but that's okay. And while we're at this, there's one thing I want to test out too in a way. It's actually nice and simple. But we're gonna do that after this actually, because I don't want it affecting. So there you go. We removed all of the artifacts, and our HP is back to our base stats from earlier with no artifacts. Our HP is back to 10,712. The only thing equipped right now is one Moon Shadow. So let's just do some damage. So toughness is gone, as well as expert. So we're critting less, I guess. And damage wise is also in the 600. Our crit is now lower to, yeah, we're not critting in the oh, there's a crit in the 1,000, but I think that's a core attack. Never mind, that's the core attack. Core attack is around 800. So from what I could try to say is that the 32% extra crit damage from toughness, we're not feeling it, but there's a better way. There's a better set to run, so we know when those effects are working. So that's that. So let's go back and equip a specific artifact set that can show us if those effects are working. Let me just add a couple things in the bottom that we can confirm. So confirmed from testing. Confirmed from testing. So number 1, weapon stats don't transfer. 2, weapons stats from advancement transfer. And 3, artifact stats don't transfer. Or I guess that's fine. So we can confirm those 3 things so far. That's what we have tested. So now let's put this away to make sure if the artifact effects, such as the set effect, if these work. The best way to test that is by using the destroyer set. So we're just gonna equip a destroyer set right here. It don't matter, because we know the stats don't matter, so we can just do whichever. We're just gonna put in the ones that don't have anything on it, so it don't cost me money. So let's start with that. It's best to test with this is because of this. You start with 50% power gauge. So if we get a power gauge from the start, we know that the effect set, and we do. So we can confirm that right here. So number 4, artifact. Let me just spell this. Artifact set effect works. So the stats don't matter from artifact. You can put in a level 1 armed for more damage. You can put in toughness for crit. Destroyer works if you want more of that. For the next testing, we're gonna see if the destroyer set on our ally gives us actually the effect of it. Because if this does, because I think this says, yeah, their team members' power, which means if that works, that means Noble also works. That means Guardian also works. So we remove the destroyer set on Sung Jinwoo. We're gonna do a 1 rotation cast of both of our skills, as well as both of our weapon skills, to charge up our ultimate, our power gauge. So let's just see what we get. First hit. That. Go. And I guess I don't know if it really matters where that hits, but so we got about that much just underneath the line. So now let's remove the destroyer set, or let's remove Cha from the team. Put it someone that doesn't have it. So let's put in Choi, because I think my Choi has 1 shot. There you go. Now we don't have the destroyer set, and let's just see if we get about the same amount. I'm gonna try to hit the same enemies if I can. Those, this, do this.
테티스의 분노를 삼켜줘라.
So it looks about the same, I guess, unless I just didn't get anything from those two charges.
바로 끝내주지.
I can't say that it works, but unless there's a better artifact effect, so let's just add that in. Support. I just say can't confirm. Can't confirm if support artifact set works. So that's that. So there's one more thing I want to try, and it's very simple. We could probably try it in here. And I'm trying to see what else that I could try. Oh, Blessing Stone. I could test Blessing Stone afterward. The next one is simple. Let's just put in a tank. Let's see if we actually get stats from our shadow. And we do. So shadow stats work. Yeah, let's just add that in here. BOT stats with HP with tank. So our HP is 11,354. So blades work, which I'm guessing Egress also works. So yeah, we can put that in here. Number 6 is Shadow Authority works. Now let's try Blessing Stone. Blessing Stone should work, especially stat wise, because I can already feel from Reawakening. So is there any stats? Let me see if a stats boosting Blessing Stone. It should be one, yeah. Let's just do that. 4% extra HP. Oh, I have tank, so we're just gonna base it off that. And yeah, it works. Let me just get the dock out. The BOT stats with tank plus 4% HP from Blessing Stone. Our HP is 11,783. So yeah, that works. So 7 Blessing Stones stats work. So let's just do a recap on what we found with this testing. That's very important. Weapon stats don't transfer. Weapon stats from advancement transfers. It works. Artifact stats don't matter. They don't work. But artifact sets effect works. I can't confirm if the ally, the support artifact, if their support works. Shadow Authority works. Blessing Stone works. Now there's one more thing I want to test out. So let's go back. This is a very simple test. Final test that I want to do. It's very important for everyone. Normally we put everything on strength. So to make this the best way to figure out if this works, because we can't see how much strength that we have, let's put it all on vitality. Let's just put all of this in vitality, because if vitality works, that means strength works, but that means precision works. So 99 precision might be amazing, which is what I've been running in Battlefield of Time. So let's just remove tank. I mean iron. Why do I keep saying tank? This is tank. Sorry about that. Iron. Let's just remove that. Let's just remove iron. Why I keep saying that? His name is Iron. And yeah, it looked like stats might not be working for that, because we still have the 4%. So let's actually remove that. So we removed the HP now. Forgot to take that off, but that's okay. So now let's see. Our HP is 10,712. That is important. So BOT stats with allocation all on HP and defense. Our HP is 10,712, which means we can confirm that it don't matter where you put your points. That don't matter. 99 precision don't matter for that. Putting all on strength don't matter for that. So we don't gotta touch that. The stats allocation. I don't even know if I spelled it right, but whatever. Allocation don't work. That's a very important thing to do, because that means at level 1 and level 80, whatever you put in here don't matter. It's nice. So I put it all on vitality. Our HP is still the same. Let's see if there's anything else I can test. These are the testing that we're able to confirm. It's solid. Now for people who's gonna do BOT, the most important thing for BOT, in my opinion, is pulling dupes on your weapons. And that's kind of silly, because that's very unfair for most people. Someone like me who has all of these A10, that's gonna give me the most advantage. So I don't really get it, because it could benefit people who, like, maybe they have something A3, but their artifacts is set up where it's just so much better than what most people have. So that advantage of them having the weapon at A3 instead of fighting someone who has a weapon at A5, I don't know. I don't know if I like this. I don't think it makes it fair, because it just gives... Might as well make it work. Just might as well have the stat distribution work if advancement works. It just doesn't make anything fair at that point, so it's weird. Whatever. So there's actually a couple more testing I wanted to do that I forgot. So let's just go to my gems. So we have 1% extra HP as well as 160 additional HP. Let's go to Battlefield of Time. Listen, before we go to Battlefield of Time, let's go to Gates. Since we're kind of naked right now. Sung Jinwoo. I need 280k, so if we just add in everything, that puts me to 285. Perfect. So let's just go into this. So my Sung Jinwoo has nothing on, and my HP is at, see the HP, so 6,710. This is gonna be weird, by the way, very weird, that I just tested randomly just to see what's going on. So gate stats with nothing equipped and at gray. My HP is a 600-701, and this is with max vitality also. Let's just put that. And max. There you go. 6,701. Now, this is where the weirdness starts. Right, so we're back in Battlefield of Time. Let's remove all of our. Let's remove everyone, just so we're in gray. So just remember, our HP in the gates is 6,701 with max vitality. Let's enter. This is how weird this is. Our stats is higher, which means it's not going off your base stats. Everyone in Battlefield of Time, I believe, starts with a default stats, and then that's it. Nothing changes. You can't buff it with the relics. You can't. With the artifact. You can't buff it with weapon. You can only buff it with effects. So let's just put that in here. It's weird. And there's one more testing that I actually want to try. That's gonna be interesting if it works. So stats with nothing. Our HP is our default HP. That's just how it is. So now, the one final testing that I want to try is gonna be very interesting. I have Reawakening on and max vitality. We're gonna use our skills. 13 seconds. 9 seconds. Now we're gonna go back. We're gonna put everything on intelligence. If stats don't work, let's see if cooldown works. Because if cooldown works, then for Battlefield of Time, we can only put it in one place. So let's go try that out now.
해볼까?
Reset this. I've spent like You can also tell if this works right away. Yeah, because it raises our max MP. We know our max MP from this is like 1000 something. So let's just see this. Let's see if intelligence works. I don't think it works.
허점
13
발견.
seconds. Nope.
바로
Nothing works in stats
끝내주지.
allocation. But yeah, that's just the final testing. If I find something more, I'll write it down. So I guess we just put 9. Even base stats don't matter. DOT starts with its own stat. So yeah, we're testing, but that's it. I'll see you on the next video.